So yesterday I saw this tweet from Dave Portnoy and I had it bookmarked, ready to make a video on it, and then obviously freaking fell asleep for 14 hours. But you want to know what the positive thing is? Is a good old tired Mick that was just working constantly. Not so tired anymore, but we're going to talk about this. And there's a bit more to this take. And I'm going to talk about the entire take that Geno Auriemma made. But let's just take a look at this this mixtape here, because let's be real, this was a horrible, horrible take here by Geno Auriemma. Maybe up there with his worst takes ever. Outside of the rumored reason why he got rid of he didn't recruit Caitlin Clark. The rumor was that he showed up to one of her games, walked out in the first quarter because of her attitude, and I doubt that's true. Apparently, he didn't try to recruit her at all, which makes sense. You got Paige Bueckers, who is not as good as Caitlin Clark, but is maybe the greatest consolation prize in the history of consolation prizes.
The delusional fan base that follows her disrespected the WNBA players by saying she's going to go in that league and tear it apart.
But they've got Caitlin Clark.
These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid that it gives women's basketball a bad name. If you're a WNBA player, they were tremendously disrespected.
Clark, another long three. She's back.
Diana said it best. This kid's in for a rude awakening.
Second in a row, and Clark stays red hot.
This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league.
Three over Breanna Steward.
I think she talks a lot of so she deserves everything she gets because she gives it as good as she gets. She's just not built for the physicality of this league.
Clark nails it.
And the best part about this is that nobody was out there complaining last year. This article or this interview was from early June. It was from right after Caitlin didn't make the Olympic team. Caitlin had already had 2 30-point games by then. Yeah. When this interview happened, Caitlin had 2 30-point games. It's the funniest part about all this. She had a 30-point, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steal, 3 block game against LA. And she had a 30-point game against Washington, where I'm not joking, or had maybe the 30-point game against Washington happened right after this. But she had 5 threes in a row. She had 5 threes in a row against Washington. And the best part is people are her skill set doesn't work. They were like, oh, was it Cindy Brunson? Cindy Brunson said a really dumb thing as well. Cindy Brunson said that Caitlin Clark, she would really struggle because of the long shooting. She's going to have so much length. People like Satu Sabli are going to be able to lock her up. She mentioned Satu Sabli. She mentioned Satu as a player that was going to lock up Caitlin Clark. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Just because her nickname's the Unicorn doesn't mean she's a unicorn. If you want to talk about actual unicorns in this league, there's one in New York who's currently playing Eurobasket for Germany named Leonie Fiebisch, who actually is 6'4" with length and can guard. The one of Bonner's close to being a unicorn in Satu, let's be honest. But the funniest thing about this is, not in this clip, Geno Auriemma literally, when he's talking about Caitlin not being physically ready, he goes, Paige isn't physically ready either. So he kind of says it before the follow-up question is asked. This might be the worst take in all of takes. So look, a lot of people are like, oh, why is Paige being judged against vets, whereas Caitlin Clark isn't? Paige is older than Caitlin Clark. I'm judging Paige against Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry. I don't give a damn that Paige chose to do a super senior year. If Paige chose, Paige doesn't get a pass because she chose to do a super senior year in terms of her comparison. She's getting a direct comparison to Caitlin Clark. And look, there's no argument for Paige over Caitlin, because efficiency does not matter when you lose. When your team keeps losing close games and you are the least clutch player in the league, efficiency does not matter. It doesn't matter. And either way, Caitlin has a better effective field goal percentage than Paige, even after Paige's game. So it is what it is. Paige is 35. She took one more shot, or was it one more? I think she had one more shot than Caitlin did for 32. So efficiency is essentially the same, so Paige shot more free throws. But look, it makes no difference. Caitlin missed free throws. Caitlin missed shots. Who cares? You win the game at the end of the day. You win. And look, I'm not blaming Paige Bueckers for any of the Dallas Wings losses, just like I wasn't blaming Caitlin Clark last year for the Fever losses. But I'm sorry, you cannot champion efficiency. You cannot go out there and champion efficiency when your team's 1-11. But at the end of the day, Paige I've said this when it comes to point guards in the league. I think Paige has been better than Kelsey Plum. I do. Regardless of what Kelsey Plum's doing, I think Paige has been better. If we're talking about true point guards in the W, give me Jackie Young over Paige. And before you say Chelsea Gray, watch the aces play. Chelsea Gray is the furthest thing from a point guard. Chelsea Gray stands on the wing and every now and again does a 360 hezzy no scope behind the back. She does some wild stuff. Like, I will be passing the ball to there's a wall like a meter in front of me, and instead of just kind of handing it off, she will just do a jump 360 spin behind the back. Like, it's literally like if you've ever played Modern Warfare 2 back in the day and it was like, oh, you have to end it on a trick shot. Unless Chelsea Gray makes a trick pass, she doesn't make the pass. Like, we can be honest, Chelsea Gray I actually think Chelsea Gray is good. She's just not a point guard. Jackie Young takes the ball up 9 times out of 10 for that team. Heck, AJ takes the ball up more than Chelsea Gray. But best point guards in W, it's Caitlin, then Alyssa Thomas, and I mean, if you want to make, the only player I think you can make the argument is a better point guard than Caitlin is Alyssa Thomas, but I think it's quite a flimsy argument. But Alyssa Thomas, like, she might average a double-double. She might average 10 assists. Like, Caitlin might set the all-time record. Caitlin might have set the all-time assist per game record. Still might lose to Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas is on 9. Caitlin's on 9.2. If you guys don't know, the real record is 9 because there's a 9.95 year from Courtney Vandersloot. They played like 10 games. It was the bubble. That doesn't count. It was a 10-game sample size. Caitlin's had 10-game sample size where she averaged 12 assists. That doesn't count. But at the end of the day, Caitlin is now averaging 9.2. Alyssa's averaging 9. There could be a situation where Caitlin averages 9.8 assists per game, which was the all-time record, and still lose out to AT, which is fine. I still think Caitlin's gravity is greater than AT, and I will stand by this. Like, people are talking about the physicality. Caitlin's within 1 year, Caitlin Paige coming in to the league. Paige is not getting physically beaten down by anybody, and Caitlin Clark, watch her play defense. Off the ball defense is still not there. Watch her play defense this year. Like, she gets burned quite a lot on curls, but like, she'll stand when she's not in foul trouble and she can stand up to players. Like, she's a legit, not a stopper, but like a legit good 5th best defender on the floor. Like, her defense has gotten ridiculous. Like, compared to last year, it's not like her defense was good. Like, her defense is terrible last year. And she's now into, I think, the better half of guard defenders, which is madness to think about. But yeah, like, it is one of the worst age takes saying she's not physically ready. Like, and Caitlin, one off season? Paige walks in as skinny as ever and is still physically okay. And Geno Auriemma not only trying to take a shot at a rival player, took a shot at one of his own players in Paige Bueckers, saying that she wasn't built for the WNBA. And they are, in my opinion, the best point guards in WNBA goes, and by the way, the point guard is becoming a stacked position. It goes CC 1, 2, Alyssa Thomas, 3, Jackie Young, 4, Paige Bueckers. And if you want to argue Paige over Jackie Young, I don't agree, but I don't think you're crazy. And these are 2 players that Geno Auriemma said wasn't ready. I'm sorry, Geno, you're a great coach, but like, these young players they're not here to take part in the WNBA. They're here to take over.